This is so dumb. People get mad at, like, about every 6 months, there is a new hate movement against VTubers. I don't know why people hate VTubers. I don't get it. But for some reason, they do. Ironmouse doesn't deserve this shit. It's just stupid.
This video is going to be a long-winded rant, and if you like that, welcome. Come join the
That's
Angry
why
British
I'm
Man.
here.
And if not, don't worry, my normal videos will resume after this one. I just had to talk about this. I feel like online lately, it has been a miserable experience for any of us to be online, and I actively feel that my mental health gets drained slowly using any online platform, especially my personal case, Twitter. I think Twitter allowing people to make money from ads is probably one of the worst changes to any platform in history. Sure, I get $20 here and there for tweeting a funny picture of my giant monkey behind me.
$20?
But there are those who use it to spread misinformation, lies, just make stuff up, spew absolute vile hatred stuff.
I love Twitter. It's my favorite social media platform because it is a reflection into humanity in the best and worst ways. And I use the internet to get an understanding of what's happening in the world. I love Twitter. I think Twitter is my favorite social media platform.
It's a pretty horrible experience to use it now, as Twitter seems to feel like it only wants outragement bait or tweets that'll make people angry. And if you're not seeing that, you're seeing somebody get killed. So it's really just a miserable experience.
Or get run over by a car.
Don't get me started on TikTok and Instagram, which are famous for their brutal comments. And I wouldn't really even use the word brutal, because I think brutal can
I feel like TikTok comments are not that bad. I think that the worst comments are on Twitter. They're on Twitter and on YouTube. Yeah, I mean, that's really where it's at.
I just mean there's a bit of honesty.
Instagram is just girls calling other girls fat. Oh, you fell off. Oh, wow. Like, oh, you're getting old. I can see your wrinkles. Oh, wow. I remember when you used to get more followers, but now nobody likes you. Oh, wow. That's too bad.
On there, but I would say it's just cruel.
Gain weight.
Being online right now is cruel. It feels like nobody has any respect for each other. But I don't think I've quite lost as much faith in the internet as I have until now. But look, I'll be honest. Okay. This video is about one thing. It's about the weird blanket hatred towards VTubers. I've seen a massive, massive hate train against Ironmouse, which I don't understand. And I know that you guys aren't the ones doing this.
People don't like Ironmouse and they don't like VTubers because there is a inaccurate perception that, to be fair, the anime community doesn't really make that hard to have, that anime is for pedos and weirdos. And so when they see an anime character and they think that the character embodies certain traits that are of an underage girl, they think that it's baiting. Now, I'm not saying this is true. I think it's not true. I mean, there's some of them that do it. We all know some of them do it. But that's not all of them. And so, yeah, hey, but it's kind of true. Well, there are some of them that get into that stuff, right? And the problem is that I think people see that, and there's like a big culture shock with it too.
You guys watching this video are very normal and well-adjusted people, and I appreciate that. But there are a lot of people online that seem to just have fun ruining other people's lives. I don't understand it. Now, you're probably wondering...
Well, it's because they hate their own life. It's really simple. They hate their life. They're mad at the situation. Like, if you look at a lot of these, like, professional hater accounts on TikTok, if they ever talk about their own life, it's always bad. It's like, yeah, my mom kicked me out today because, you know, I kept putting cigarettes in the dishwasher. Okay. Oh yeah. So now you're living. Okay. Now you're living with your friend. Okay. Sure. No, this is just what they do. Always. It's just losers. Or they get paid to do it for somebody else. Yeah. And also, like, the most popular thing on Twitter is, and this is true, like, with a lot of places, is to make posts about how somebody is shitty. And then that's it. Like, it's basically being a professional hater. Like, Twitter has monetized being a professional hater. And people, they find their success undeserved because of the simps. Oh, yeah, that's another really big component. So, like, female streamers used to get a lot of this, too, back in the day. Because, like, a lot of female streamers, I mean, look, I mean, I mean, do I have to say this? If you look at the top 100 male streamers, you're going to have a few guys that aren't really very attractive. If you look at the top 100 female streamers, not a single one of them isn't going to be attractive. Every single one of them is going to be attractive. Your looks as a female streamer matter a lot. That's it. And so, see VTubers as real people. Yes, but the characters that they have are visually appealing. To people that like the anime style of like female characters, the female characters that the VTubers have are visually appealing.
Why am I bringing all of this up? Well, don't worry. It'll all make sense. Just get along for the ride and listen to the weird British man rant at you. You see, in 2024, Ironmouse broke the all-time sub record on Twitch. It was a massive achievement. It was, I'm sure,
over 300K
an amazing and an inspiring moment for all of us, as well as Mouse. Unfortunately,
and she donated half of the money to charity.
Probably what you didn't see was the deluge of vile comments, disturbing threats, and just overall hatred towards Mouse. And I'd love to tell you that this all started here and it's pretty much gone with now.
It's been going
sadly,
on.
This is a thing that has been going on for a very, very long time. And this is not just for Mouse. VTubers in general have had to deal with a lot of...
VTubers are cringe, lazy, and fake. I find it sickening how VTubers, especially HoloLive members, get so many fans and white knights. I know this is cliche, but as far as I know, they could be a 300-pound man sitting in his mom's basement. I just can't muster the courage to survive more than 10 seconds of any VTuber content. Most of the time, they have no personality and play on the over-sexualized avatar. I frequently watch podcasts and commentary YouTubers, and I prefer quality over some of these cringy and fake avatars. That's right, guys, because the real quality is whenever it's a man talking to his computer in his room. The best sum up of VTubers is that they are corporate manufactured characters to exploit parasocial relationships. This is just my opinion, and I don't actively be toxic or degrade them, but I do. Okay, wait a second. Let me read this again, because I don't think I read this right. This is just my opinion, and I don't actively be. Okay. I am not actively toxic or degrading to them, but I do hate them with a burning passion. I do watch anime, parentheses, I do watch anime and read manga. You know what this is? This is a person who doesn't have enough problems in their life. Imagine caring about this. Imagine caring about whether a content creator puts in work to their content or not. Think about what a stupid thing that is to give a fuck about. He hates Corpo, not VTubers. Well, no, he also hates VTubers as well, but he especially hates Corpo VTubers. Got rejected by a VTuber? I don't think that's the case. I think he probably tried to be a VTuber and it didn't work. I think that's what happens with a lot of people. Like a lot of the people that like hate things are people that tried to be that thing and they couldn't do it. They 100% hate it because their favorite streamer lost? Yeah. VTubers do so much, though. It doesn't matter whether they do much or not. It's entertainment. Like, the moment that you start looking at entertainment as a value other than simply entertainment is the moment that you have begun trying to rationalize some sort of worldview that you have in order to make it congruent with your current situation. It's unhealthy. This dude definitely smells like Cheetos and Takis. It could be a girl, honestly. Like, there are girls that say this stuff, too. Because I think also, like, so some girls don't like VTubers. There's two reasons why girls don't like VTubers. The first reason why they don't like VTubers, and also, like, I'm speaking for every female that exists. Just keep that in mind. Every girl has this opinion. There aren't any exceptions. But I think a lot of them don't like the fact that, again, some VTubers are using... they're using like kind of like characters that seem underage. I think that's one reason. And then the other reason is that they do find it lazy because girls have to try quite hard. Like if you go and you look at Twitch, almost every single female on Twitch is going to be dressed nicely. That takes time. Have you ever had to wait for your girlfriend or your wife to get ready for something? It's like 30 minutes sometimes, like 45 minutes. Like, oh my fucking God. So they have to spend, you have like this like time dilation shit. It's, guys, yes, exactly. It's such a waste of fucking time. And so they have to do that. VTubers don't have to do that. And I think that they don't like that. That's my opinion. And this, again, this is the opinion of all females. There aren't any exceptions. They all think like this.
Shit just for being an anime girl or boy on the internet. So let's go back in time a little bit so that we can better understand the full scope of this mess. Yes, you got me. This is a video about me defending my friend. 100%. I'm not even trying to hide that. But I also just want to bring a tiny bit of attention to the level of normalized hate that is just for some reason acceptable. And hopefully that, you know, maybe this video can make a tiny bit of a change. Because
people hate because they're broke. They see some girl sitting behind a cartoon character making $1 million in a month, and they're trying to get by on their Starbucks barista paychecks. And they fucking hate their life. They hate themselves. So yeah, of course they're gonna hate her. They do the same stuff with Kai. Like, you think, I mean, like, Kai, here's the thing, right? Is like, Kai gets tons of hate. Like, look at any LSF post about Kai. Like, they're always finding ways to downplay his success or to make him look like a bad person.
Some of these creators have to endure is on a level that I've never seen before on the internet, and I've been here for a very long time. 4 years ago, VTubers had a massive explosion in popularity in the West. Now, obviously, they've been around in Japan for a while, because this is very Japanese coded. But, you know, 4 years ago, they blew up and people started getting into them. However, there was a lot of pushback from people like me included who were kind of like, what is this? I don't know what this is. But I like it, but I don't know yet. I don't know, I gotta see. And I'm sure any VTuber who was around in this era could tell you.
I was originally kind of like negative. I thought VTubing was weird. But then after I started paying more attention to it, I didn't really care as much about it. Giving money to millionaires is weird too. But, like, at what point are you so this is the way I see it. And I'm kind of like, again, my moral compass does not point north. But aren't you giving money to millionaires when you buy a CD? Like, you're buying music. Apple or whatever, right? So, like, can't you just, like, I mean, because if you think that's a bad thing, shouldn't you just steal everything? Because, like, yeah, sure, go ahead. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you use that logic, I don't really see there being a big difference, personally. Yeah, who says he doesn't? Fucking based. There you go, man.
Amount of hatred that was given out towards VTubers. Like, why are you using a voice changer? Are you a man? Are you an AI, perhaps? You know, pretty uninspired, insulting comments.
Yeah, of course.
And during this boom is when a lot of people found Ironmouse as well. Now, Ironmouse had actually been streaming a long time before this as well, but it wasn't until this moment where a lot of VTubers were on Twitch and kind of getting great viewership. Now, obviously, VTubers choose to be represented by an avatar for a multitude of reasons, but for Mouse, it was for anonymity.
I have her leveled up in
most VTubers do it. And now, look, I cannot talk for Mouse. You know, Mouse is her own person, but, you know, Mouse has been sick for a very, very long time with a multitude of illnesses, but the main one being primary immune deficiency. Primary immune deficiency is slightly different to autoimmune diseases that you might have heard about. Autoimmune diseases are where your immune system kind of attacks itself, whereas primary immune deficiency means that your immune system just doesn't work or doesn't work very well. And I'm sure a lot of my viewers are familiar with this because I'm always raising money for charities that want to find cures and support people with primary immune. I never get it right. Primary immune deficiencies. I mess it up all the time. When you have a really bad case of primary immune deficiency, it means that stuff like vaccines don't work on you. It means that you're worried about getting sick constantly from everything. Whereas maybe you and I could eat a bunch of dirt, maybe going even near dirt or someone who's slightly ill 20 feet away.
Well, this is like, so here's another component, here's another layer to this, is that compared to me, a lot of people have this disorder. I've had people come over to my house, they've been over at my house for 3 hours, and they're like, I'm sick, like, I'm getting hives, like, I can't breathe anymore. And so, like, no, it's true. It happened. Like, it happened to Emmy, it happened to Tectone, it happened to Kaisi. It was really bad. And so, basically, like, imagine if you're a normal person, Ironmouse's situation is like if you went into my house. It's bad, man.
easily get you sick or give you a bad case of pneumonia. This disease means that Mouse pretty much can't interact with anyone and can't leave her room. And even if she wanted to, Mouse was disabled for a very long time and has slowly started to regain the ability to walk, thanks to being able to finally support premium healthcare. Yay, love America. So this meant the only human contact the Mouse got was pretty much talking to her parents or very close family who she was kind of already adjusted to, and family who understood about the disease and took precautions. And look, I know this is a lot of information, but what I'm trying to get at is that you can only imagine how crushingly lonely this must be. Imagine not being able to leave your room. Yes, we were all there during COVID, but we at least knew that it was probably going to end at some point. And I'm sure many of you knew, me included, that this was awful for our mental health. Not being able to see the people that you care about or interact with friends or just have a casual interaction with a cashier person is interactions that I'm sure all of us missed. And it was thanks to VTuber technology getting so much better and more accessible that Mouse was able to stream like me or like you or like any other big streamer. It was a level.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, because like your appearance and like the way that you look in real life doesn't affect you in the same way that you know, it would in a job, right? Like VTubing is really, in a big way, it's a level playing field for anybody. So like if you have a good personality and people like you and you're appealing, you're going to have viewers and you're going to have people that like you. And there's nothing that like really is holding you back from being successful with VTubing. Whereas like, you know, for example, with like a you know, like a flesh tuber, that's what they call it. That's a person that's actually like a person, if you can imagine that. Like there's a lot of like exterior variables, right? So like age, appearance, and all that kind of stuff. That matters a lot for female streamers. Whereas with VTubers, it doesn't matter because it's a level playing field. And I think it's actually a really big factor. And I think that me saying this is kind of like, to some people, they might view it as problematic because I'm saying that like, you know, some women that are more attractive have an advantage. And I want to say that that's exactly what I'm saying, and it's completely true. And you can be mad at me for it, but instead of that, be mad at God because God's the one that programmed it this way. That's just the way it is. That's reality. And so, like, if you have an issue that makes you unattractive to people or your age makes you less desirable to people, being a VTuber is a totally even playing field. You don't have to compete on that anymore. And I think it's amazing. It's a great thing.
Playing field. And on top of that, if you are a more artistically inclined person, you could show off your artistic skills by, you know, I don't know, costume design or singing or lore or voice acting. There's so many more facets to it than me raging at Jump King.
Ooh.
It's talent, okay? And one of the best clips of Mouse's early career is when she's trying to raise money to get a new medical bed. Basically, normal beds, not good. They don't offer you support. They don't allow you to, like, you know, go and, like, lie upright. Basically, a lot more support. She asked her viewers if they'd be willing to donate towards that, and within minutes, they'd smash that goal.
I don't like to call my bed my bed. I don't like calling it my bed. It makes me feel very embarrassed. It makes me feel not so good. So I like to
call brought shit up to $1,000.
Workspace, because that's where I am all the time. Fox, thank you so much for the penalty.
Holy shit! Imagine getting mad about this. You know who gets mad about this? People that get mad at Christmas.
Val, what are you doing? Val, thank you so much for
the
photo.
And I think a lot of people forget that Mouse didn't used to stream long. Mouse used to only stream for like an hour or two at a time, and then would go offline to take medication. But now feels comfortable enough to take the medication and still keep streaming, which I think is an amazing thing and something that the outpouring support has allowed us to do. And obviously VTubers do more than just talk and play crappy games like me. Some of them have god-tier singing skills. We all know that Mouse was trained to be an opera singer and sounds incredible.
If you could look at me once more.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Combine that with aesthetically pleasing designs that are constantly changing, and it's no wonder that VTubers eventually had their boom. Now, obviously, Twitch and
this even went way harder with Hollow Live. Like, a lot of them, they have them do performances and, like, different events and stuff. It goes so hard.
Have always been very gamer-centric and gamer-focused. And gamers aren't exactly known for being the most chill and reasonable people. Look, I was a Call of Duty kid.
Hey.
If I said the things that I said in those lobbies, and they were recorded, I would not be here today. I would not have a career. Or any career. I was toxic, okay? Now look, I've been a content...
Man, those were the days, huh?
creator for 10 plus years online.
Yeah.
It's been my entire adult life. I've been doing this for so long that I'm a fossil in internet years. And even before that, I would pretty much only spend my time on the internet. And it was normal that as a creator that you would get some kind of hatred towards you, or some people who would just blindly write mean comments.
Yeah.
It was part of the job. Doesn't mean it's a good part or that we should accept it.
It's just the way it is. It's like the fact that cats die. That shouldn't happen, right? It should not happen. But it does, and you just have to deal with it.
It's just kind of how it was. And because every creator would get a bunch of hate comments here and there was a kind of a mutual respect amongst creators that you wouldn't just blindly insult each other for no reason. You wouldn't insult someone you didn't know or you didn't have beef with. It was a thing that you could expect because that's how normal people behave. However, nowadays,
I don't think this was a content creator thing. I think this was just common sense. Like, you're not going to go and start trouble and, talk shit about a bunch of random people because nobody likes being around somebody like that because it's fucking annoying.
Kind of feels like that's not the case anymore. It feels like it's kind of encouraged or okay to punch down and make fun of other creators that you don't like or you think that something's weird about them. And this has happened a lot with VTubers. For example, in 2022, a massive TikTok creator, Noah Glenn Carter, made a video mocking the fact that people wanted to meet Mouse virtually. Here you go.
This might be the saddest video on the internet. So I want you to take a look at all these people. They were all trying to get the attention of...
Look. Chad here just doesn't understand. He doesn't get it. Why don't we try to educate him and bring him into the community? He doesn't understand it. It might be upsetting. That's fine. He just doesn't get it.
a monitor. Basically, that's a popular VTuber on the monitor that was virtually attending an anime convention. And this whole crowd of people were following the monitor in hopes that they could get a picture with it.
Now, obviously, you and I know that Mouse can't leave her room, and this is the only way that Mouse can walk around a convention or see any of her viewers, or any of those viewers can talk to Mouse. It's a rare experience for everyone involved, and an amazing feat of technology that we can even do anything like this. And to his credit, he did apologize.
This is an apology to a creator called Ironmouse because of this video. Now, in my video on this, I called the video one of the saddest videos on the internet, which is completely unnecessary on my part. And Ironmouse actually responded, clarifying that the people weren't even crowding her, but instead they were crowding somebody named Connor that was there.
Some Connor guy.
Sorry to you, Ironmouse, if you're watching. My video was completely unnecessary. I really hope that my video didn't cause you any kind of negativity or anything. And again, I am so sorry if it did. I will be deleting that video as soon as I post this one.
First of all, ouch. Second of all, you didn't think that...
I feel like that's fine, right? I mean, you know, being a stupid it's like I was being a stupid asshole. Sorry. I'm going to delete it. You know, I feel like that's about as good as you can, like, yeah. That's fine. Like, I'll be real, like, yeah.
There was going to be any negativity? What do you mean by that? And now look, to Noah's credit, he did apologize.
Well, he just didn't even know, right? And this is the thing, is people that don't know what VTubing is are going to think it's weird. I thought it was weird the first time I saw it. Even Connor said he thought it was weird. I feel like a lot of people think it's weird. Because it is kind of weird. Doesn't mean it's bad, but it's weird, sure.
Take down the video, and I think that needs to be commended, as a lot of people don't have the common decency to do that anymore. But would you not have taken it down if nobody complained? If everyone joined in, haha, let's make fun of it. Would you not?
No, he probably wouldn't have. That's the truth, is he wouldn't have, because he didn't realize, like, well, number one, like, there's two components to this, right? So number one is people don't want to say something and put themselves in a position that make themselves look really bad. And I think that the video made him look really bad. It made him look like a bully. But on top of that, there's also a component of he probably didn't know at all about VTubing, and he thought it was something cringe and stupid and weird. And then people told him, and he was like, oh, okay. Yeah, like, oh, yeah, I get it now, right? Yeah, you only know what you know. Ignorance is never an excuse, though. I think it kind of is. I think that we should normalize people being ignorant about something and then allowing people to educate themselves without treating them like a bad person. Now, and also, he didn't even use it as an excuse. So, like, he agrees with you. He says, that's my bad. I shouldn't have done that. I think it's really just about, like, if people want to live past a mistake, then just do that. and don't act that way anymore. You know, it's pretty simple. Like, we don't need to have somebody, like, constantly prostrate themselves and, you know, like, crucify themselves and, you know, oh, I'm such a bad person. No, oops, I didn't mean to say, I was being an asshole, sorry, and that's it, just move on. Yeah. How about not acting like what you know what you're doing when you're unsure of what you talk about? So, I understand people can say this, but I'm pretty sure that everybody talks about things that, like fashion or whatever, algorithm just for you. Yeah, sure, right? Everybody talks about things that they don't know about. So there's an idea of known unknowns and unknown unknowns. So what I mean by that is that there are things that you know that you don't know, and there are things that you don't know that you don't know. So you could think that you have the full picture to something, and the reason why you think that is because you don't have the full picture to it. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect, right? I mean, there's even a term for this. So I think people are oftentimes talking about something that they think that they understand, but they don't. Yeah, it's very simple. Like vaccines, like a lot of things. If you don't, fuck off. Yeah, but you don't know what you don't know. That's my point that I'm making. Ignorance is an excuse only when it's a crime. People confuse that with stupid takes on the internet. Yeah. You made a career talking about things you don't understand? That sounds like I've made a career talking about things that you disagree with me on.
Taking it down? Or did you take it down just because people were like, hey man, you're kind of a dick? The reason why I show you this is not because I want to send hatred. This is 2 years ago. It does not matter. It's over. Do not send hatred towards another creator. And if you do, you're a piece of shit and you should not be here. But why is it now that you can just dunk on something that you don't know anything about, you don't understand, and you didn't bother to research into? Why is that the norm now? Why is it that you just post first and research second? Oh, I got some hate about this. I'll take it down.
Because they don't know what happened. That's the reason why. They don't even know what they don't know. And I think that in general, like the more that you try to like fixate on a past mistake that a person made, which it was a mistake and it was stupid for him to say that, for sure, it was absolutely stupid. The more that you do that and like you try to do like purity tests about like whether somebody actually means it or not, I think that it's very easy to tell whether a person means an apology or not. How do they act after they apologized? Do they keep acting the same? Do they keep doing the thing that they apologize for or not? It's super simple. Because, like, I don't think you can judge an apology based off of the words. I think you can judge an apology based off of the actions that follow the words. And so that's really what matters the most.
Don't worry about the other 500 videos where I blindly made fun of people I don't understand. The sad truth now is that it seems like it's okay if you're a large creator to be a dick to anybody you want or don't like or don't agree with.
Sure.
You know, having a large audience is a huge, huge responsibility. Whether we like it or not, we are influencers. We influence people with our opinions and what we say. I'm sure some people watching this video right now will be influenced by my opinion on all of this
stuff. That's the reason you make the video.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's okay now to blindly hate others and send rabid fans to go and attack people and stuff they don't understand. Why? It's hard enough just existing right now. It is horrible living in this year. It is a miserable time to be alive. Why are we making it harder for everyone? And if you're a VTuber...
The reason why they're making it harder is because they think that it should be harder for those people because they live in a world where their life sucks and they hate where they're at. And they see somebody like Ironmouse doing really well and they think that it should be them. So for a lot of people, like hating on content creators on the internet is a way of kind of evening the score and making things feel fair. That's not an excuse. Well, they don't need an excuse because they're not accountable to you. You're talking about them needing an excuse. Why does somebody need an excuse to behave a certain way? They're going to do whatever they want to do. I'm just explaining why it's happening. Yeah, that's I think why a lot of people do it.
It's kind of just accepted now that you just get this level of blind hatred all the time. It's insane. Why is this okay? Anyway, moving on with the timeline. since then, Mouse, and I assume most VTubers, have had to deal with insult after insult.
Oh,
that
yeah.
is normalized. For Mouse personally, this level of hatred and
Even
vitriol...
like, because I have like kind of a normie community with like all the YouTube people that watch. A lot of my YouTube viewers think VTubing is weird. Like anytime that I react to a VTuber, I get tons of comments like that.
escalated another level when Mouse was nominated for the Game Awards.
It's 2023.
Now, the Game Awards have this category for Content Creator of the Year. Obviously, this year had a massive amount of very, very big creators that I'm sure we're all familiar with. But, to the surprise of Mouse, and to most of us, Mouse got nominated. And this isn't saying that Mouse didn't deserve it. Mouse had an amazing year. Mouse had raised a ton of money for charity, had broken the all-time sub record for a woman on Twitch, and had done just some of the most amazing shit when you consider that Mouse is bedridden and has to have medication every single day that completely changes how any of this would be done, and providing such an insane energy to every stream whilst battling a ton of medical issues that are permanent throughout Mouse's life.
insane.
I think the nomination is deserved, and by some sheer miracle, Mouse had won the award.
Wow.
It was a crazy achievement, and nobody expected Mouse to win, to be honest, because Mouse was by far the smallest creator out of the ones that were nominated.
And the Game Award goes to Ironmouse. So, Ironmouse couldn't be here tonight because Ironmouse is animated, and sadly, we're not in the Matrix yet.
Obviously, these creators were massive, and a lot of their fans that were watching the Game Awards were a bit upset about Mouse winning the award. This is
It's just fanboy behavior. That's really what it is. It's just fanboys being fanboys. Oh, well, my guy, he didn't win. He should have won. Why didn't he win? He's the best. This guy is bad. He's so bad. My guy's way better. Negative Andes? Yeah, that's just the way it is.
to a constant, and I cannot preface this enough, a constant stream of hatred now that Mouse has had to deal with openly
Absolutely.
on all of her socials for years now.
Yep.
This is the level of hatred that is normally, like, I just got to show you. I got to show you. This is like
let's look at
this
the
is
tweets.
2022. Back when Mouse's comments were pretty normal, I'd say. As you can see here, this is beating Kai.
This is beating Kai. Well, yeah, I mean, they don't understand this at all. Like, they're like kids that play FIFA and like Madden. They're like probably 14. Like, they don't understand what being a VTuber is. Yeah. Straight up, like, they don't get it.
Okay, a little negative and unnecessary, but not that bad.
Yeah.
This over Kai? Bro, who are you? You know, and luckily at this point, not all the comments are like this, but they're by far the most liked ones, and it only gets worse the closer we get to today. You all came from that Kai video, right? This is #1 streamer.
Nah, I want to see this. We're going to community note this. TikTok. Okay. What about this one? Oh my fucking god! He's right. I didn't expect him to be like I kind of expected him to be right, but Jesus. She stopped posting on there 11/11 18 hours ago. Yeah, that's weird, man. That's a child. I mean, I don't want to click on their profiles, but like can I just mouse over like I don't know, like can I how many this person has 14 followers. Let me just see who this is. It's probably not even her. They have a Bible verse as their thing. Like, I mean, what are we talking about here? This beat Kai, give me a reason. Bro, like, these are kids. They're just shit-talking kids, man. The Bible verse? Oh, that's a good one. Let's be real, the VTuber shit's for a niche audience. People that watch Kai are normie people. If you don't believe that, you're not living in reality. I think that you're right. I actually do, and a lot of them don't understand what VTubing is. Kid voices on a sexualized character is gross, though. I think that you do a very big disservice by muddying the waters between people that are pedobaiting and VTubers by categorizing all of them in that way. And I think that the people that use the language like, oh, well, it's just this, you're pedobaiting, or it's a childlike voice and it's a sexualized character. I think that by you doing that, what you do is that it like, let's be honest here, right? It's not really true, right? It's like sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not true. with the girls that are actually pedo baiting and doing this, am I crazy? It's so fucking obvious, isn't it? It's so obvious. Yeah, look, y'all guys are putting names in chat. I'm not going to put any names. But we all know who it is.
Blood, this is #1 streamer. This is who gets #1 on Twitch. It's an evil world we live in. And you'd think, okay, maybe something happened at the time. This has been pretty much constant until now.
Speed and Kai.
Speed and Kai on top. How is the streamer of the year? How is the streamer of the year?
Yep.
This won the award, by the way. Oh, hell nah. This is who won. No cap, who's Ironmouse.
Here's another component to this, is that this is fanboy behavior, is that, you know what really sucks? Is that this same thing happened to Imaru. So, in the infinite wisdom that the streamer awards exercised, they decided to put Imaru in streamer of the year instead of giving her female streamer of the year because, well, she probably would have won female streamer of the year. So that's what happened. And I don't know why this happened. I have no idea. I think it's a big mistake, though. Definitely a big mistake. And Emmy got tons of hate for this, and she still is getting hate for it because they're saying, oh, well, she shouldn't be up there, like, oh, she should be in another category, etc. It was a vote, though. I don't, look, does anybody really think that Imaru was in the top 5 votes for the top streamer of the year, but she somehow wasn't in the top 4 votes for top female streamer of the year? What are we talking about? It's fucking obvious. Come on. It's impossible. Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, and I don't want to shit on Cutie and them, like, but I think this is a fair criticism. It is. This is a very fair criticism. And she got tons of hate for it. And like, she's not a VTuber. Emmy's not a VTuber, but she still got a ton of hate. These are just fanboys being fanboys. They're so annoying.
Brain rot. This beats Cypher PK. Game Awards are wild. Why did you win? No way this won Creator of the Year. I'm crying. This literally goes on and on. I didn't think, okay, look.
I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm glad Connor made this video. I didn't even know it was this bad. This is cringe as fuck. Like, this is so fucking cringe. Like, wow. It's just so, like, who does this?
Because Mouse won the streamer of the year. It probably stops after that. Oh no. So many people are like, post this on Instagram Reels. Post this on Reels. Yep. Oh yeah, great. Because love that. Love being toxic on Instagram. Bro, who are you? I'm begging you, please post this on Instagram. Why do people just want to be so cruel? What the f***? Just chill the f*** out, man.
They don't like people getting recognition whenever they think that they don't deserve it. People have, like, this is something that's, like, really important you have to understand, is that people have a very strong internal desire to see things become fair, and they hate unfairness. This is true in animals even. So when they see something that they think is unfair, it makes them, like, angry on a level that is instinctual. So they see this girl that's being a cartoon, getting millions of dollars and getting all of this attention. They don't like that. They don't think that's fair. Where's the unfairness? They don't think that it's fair that somebody like Ironmouse, who's just sitting there pretending to be a cartoon character, is getting the same recognition that Kai is because they think that what Kai is doing is way better. That's the reason why they're doing it. The guys are low IQ. Well, of course they're low IQ. They're commenting on TikTok. Of course. But I'm saying that there's a lot of people that are low IQ. It's jealousy, entitlement, and envy. Yeah, exactly. It's that simple.
Who the f is watching this? Yeah. This thing has the most subs on Twitch. How did you beat Kai? No human being on the planet wearing this. Okay, well, I wear it and it's f***ing fire. Okay, jeez. On my life, I've never in my entire life seen a single stream. Why do you care? Why?
Because he's a fanboy. He named himself after Kai. Look at that. He's just a fanboy. And here's another thing. I don't want anybody getting it twisted. Kai probably thinks this shit is cringe too. It makes his community look like weirdos. So it's not like Kai thinks this is good. It's just cringe. Like basically everybody except them thinks it's cringe. You thanked Ironmouse literally today? Yeah, of course. Because the thing is, like, the reason why is because Kai is a successful content creator, and he doesn't need to take other people down in order to make himself, you know, be better. Like, people that do that are losers. Like, they're losers, and so, oh, wow, big surprise, that's what's going to happen. Kai treats people well? Yeah, does this happen with your community too? Yeah, it happens everywhere on the internet. It's super common, and I'm just saying, like, I don't want anybody to think that, like, this is somehow, like, representative of Kai or anything. Like, Kai's not a fan of this either. Basically, everybody thinks it's cringe except for the people that are doing it.
In my entire life, seen a single stream. Why do you care? Why? Like, if I just haven't seen something, I just don't interact. I don't understand what has happened.
They don't think it's fair.
We all feel the
That's
need
the
to say our opinion and be like, yeah, guys, we hate this, right? Who cares? You're a loser. This has gone on for months. Yep. It's pretty much just led to Mouse just not posting on TikTok, which I feel is really fucked up. You can just successfully bully a massive creator off a platform. The reason why this all happened, by the way, is just because Mouse won an award. What? And this is just the stuff that...
Yep, there it is.
Mouse gets on her own socials. This doesn't include the hatred that she receives from just existing in those posts from those low-tier bait Twitter accounts that post, can you believe this cartoon is beating Mars stream?
People enjoy this? What the fuck is on my screen? 190... Jesus Christ. 190,000 fucking dorks. Yep.
Guys, and it only escalated once more when Ironmouse got the all-time sub record on Twitch, which led to a
She shouldn't have done that. That big mistake.
News articles tweeting about it and people talking about it, and unfortunately, a lot of people were just being blindly hateful. And of course, this level of hatred doesn't just stay on the platforms you'd expect it to. It's also in Mouse's chat. Here is a 85-page document of just some recent bans of people saying the most heinous shit towards Mouse. Now, you're telling me this bitch-ass VTuber surpassed CatDany?
God, you know these people are so ugly. McGuffey's 88. You are 36 years old? You're doing this at 36? Guys, he could even be 37. Let me see if he's in my chat. No, he's not. He's not in my... I want to see if any of these people are in my chat. Yeah, none of these people even watch my stream. Yeah, they're just Kai viewers. Exactly. Yeah, I feel like if you do a Venn diagram between my stream and Kai's stream, it's going to be pretty much like, you know, the overlap between the Earth and the Moon. I just don't see it. I don't see there being a lot of overlap, guys. I'm going to be real. Yeah, you got two circles.
CatDany. God, you know these people are so ugly. Just sad how Sims donate to this crap.
Simps, bro. Yeah, these are just angry little kids. They're angry little boys.
This is the bitch that broke Kai's record. I refuse to believe any of you are real human beings unless you have less than...
Pokimane? Who is this guy? Who does this? These are like... Bro... Who are these people?
60 IQ. No one in this chat is real. I've been watching this shit for 10 minutes and I want to
fuck
myself.
You, pussy at motherfucker. Oh my god. I mean, you got to think about, like, this is really like people. They brought in the big brains for this, huh? These people can vote? No, they can't. You got to be 18 to vote. What do you mean?
How do people watch this shit, you weirdos? You'll never get on Kai's level. Yeah. You guys know this is a fat guy, right? Amongst obviously all those...
You guys know this is a fat guy, right? That guy's got to be in my channel, right? He's got to be one of my viewers. Okay, /user FPHX123. Actually, he's not. Not a single one of these people are in my chat. Wow. Yeah. Just that it's another Kai chatter. Yep. You're a bitch for what you did, and you know what you do. You will not ever be better than Kai. Ah. The 7 refers to his age.
All right. Amongst obviously all those insults, a lot of people saying that Mouse is lying about her illness, which, I mean, I don't have to tell you why that's wrong. Like, look at this. This is psychotic. This is f***ed up. How is this okay? And by the way, this is the list, obviously, that doesn't include the N-word bans, or that would be another 20 pages. Because of course it would
Only 20? That's pretty good.
be. Like if this was my chat, I just would not stream. I would just not show up.
My chat's worse. Like, I get that many bad messages in a day. Like, the fact is, like, it's just, but the difference is that I deserve it. Like, Ironmouse doesn't deserve it, and she gets it.
This is f***ed. 100%.
Yeah.
I want to make this clear. I'm not blaming any creator. Obviously, we saw a lot of people name dropping Kai, saying how could this lose to Kai and all that stuff. This is not me blaming Kai.
That's what I think is so funny about this whole topic, is that Ironmouse and Kai both like each other, and there's a mutual respect, and everything's fine. It's just like a few losers that are like fanboys are like fighting about it. It's like you're shadowboxing for somebody who doesn't even agree with you. It's embarrassing. Really, think about how embarrassing that is.
At the size that is absolutely absurd. And at that level, you can try and tell your viewers, hey man, look, be respectful, which Kai has on numerous times. He's openly praised Ironmouse.
Yeah.
He's been very supportive towards small creators.
Exactly.
Ironmouse has always been top 5 all time. She's somebody I had to pass during my first subathon. Now, I know people are defensive. I know a lot of people defend me and shit like that. But Chad, if you actually looked at her stream and actually kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm saying? Not only was it for a good cause, but it was pretty well put together.
But obviously, as a
But
creator,
who gives a fuck? Like, here's the thing: is like it shouldn't even matter. Like if you don't like what somebody else is doing, like there's a lot of people I don't think deserve Streamer of the Year. I think they're fucking boring. But if they have a viewer base and people like them, then I mean, then it is what it is, right? Yeah, that's the thing. Is see, Kai's not even like that. Kai doesn't even like them.
you still have some influence over your
crazy.
viewers. I think it's important to make sure that when you see this behavior in the community that you call it out. And I'm not entirely sure when this happened online, but it feels like it's okay to just blindly make fun or hate something you don't understand or have not learned anything about.
That's right.
But I guess that is more of a reflection of the current times we live in.
That's the way it is with everything.
Because everyone seems to do that all the time. As a creator, I would be embarrassed if I saw my viewers blindly hating on someone else using my name.
See, that's the thing is like, y'all might not understand this. That's why I ban people. Like, it's because it's not you guys, right? It's usually just like 5 people. But like, sometimes people will get like that in my channel. And they just I just ban them immediately. Like, get out of here. Like, it's weird. Like, that's why, like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I actually have such a low ratio of parasocials. Like, for the amount of viewers that I have a massively low ratio. And the reason why my ratio is so low is because I basically never play into that type of people. I do, thank fucking God. Yeah, I never have this issue. Hey, everybody has it, right? But yeah, it's also kids. Like, I feel like kids are the ones that really get parasocial. How can you tell? There's a lot of ways you can tell. The amount of people that are like making Twitter accounts named off of you, after you, people that are using your picture as their profile picture, people that are like constantly defending you for something that's stupid on the internet. There's a million ways. You're too old to have parasocial. Yeah, I'm too old. Straight up. And not only am I too old, but I act like that. I say, hey guys, remember floppy disks? And like, yeah, if you're a 14-year-old watching Kai, no, you don't remember floppy disks. No, you don't remember that at all. That's like somebody going to me and be like, hey, you remember the printing press? Like, no, I don't remember the printing press. What are you talking about?
Mortified if I saw that. And the one good thing about all you guys is that I know that you don't do that. And I appreciate that because you're all cool and you're all normally well-adjusted people, I hope. And look, I'll admit,
Remember the Last Supper?
I don't have a plan. I was just going crazy looking at all of this open hatred and losing my mind wondering why this is normal. That was literally it, and that's the reason why I'm making this video. And I kind of wanted to ask if anyone else or any other VTubers or any other even YouTubers, if you've experienced this same kind of level of blind hatred yourself.
Yeah,
I would love to hear about it, just so that I know that I'm not going crazy. I hope we can have a civilized and good discussion in the comments. And so with that, I wish you all the best of luck. Don't let these urinal cake eating children distract you.
I thought it was Tide Pods.
Now I'm gonna go drink a beer. All right.
This is a really good video. I'm glad Connor made this video. I really am. It's so cringe. And I think that, again, one of the big things to emphasize is the fact that Ironmouse and Kai don't even like these people. Like, the people that you're simping for don't even like you. Stop it. Like, what is this, losers? Yeah, give the video a like. This was great. I'm so glad people are talking about this. Yeah, good. Yeah, it's literally the worst part about it. Exactly. Why are goldfish on a milk carton? Wait, what do you mean goldfish? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know what the fuck. But yeah, anyway, let's see here. We're all crazy, but to varying degrees. If people can be dicks online anonymously, they'll do this stuff, unfortunately. I just think that they're weird, weird kids, you know? Like, that's it. You mentioned VTubers lowering barrier to entry, but what about them making attractiveness standards for normal women even harder? No hate to individual VTubers, but I think VTubing is bad for the ecosystem. Do you want to expand on that? Yeah, what do you mean by that? No, he's not going to get banned. Why is he going to get banned? Like, no, he's not going to get banned. People get banned for being rude. People don't get banned for having an opinion I disagree with. Why are you going to get banned for this? He's not going to get banned. Like, what are we talking about? No, that's it. I'm not following the statement. I think that, so this is my opinion, is that I think that if he explains the statement, he'll realize that it's ridiculous. Like, I know that if, like, you think about it for a couple of minutes, you're thinking, like, all the VTuber characters are really attractive. And so now it's harder for, like, real girls to get viewers because they're not as attractive as a cartoon. I think that people that want to jerk off to cartoons, most of the time don't, like, women used to have to be an 8 out of 10 IRL to get popular, but now it's either a 10 out of 10 IRL or anime 10 out of 10. Well, you're yeah, it's two different worlds, right? I mean, like, I don't understand this. Yeah, bro, what? If the statement wasn't true, then Pornhub would just be hentai at #1? Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not really that far from #1. But at the same time, I think that in a lot of cases, man, I think it's fucking funny. It's far, far from #1. Yeah. I hate VTubers. I don't hate VTubers. I think VTubers are great. I actually think that, so VTubing does a number of things. Like, for example, like, it definitely makes it easier for girls that don't have the conventional appeal that you need to have in order to be popular streaming. It makes it possible for them to be successful. Like, that's #1. And the other thing that's really good about VTubing is the fact that it allows a person to have a degree of privacy. And I think that really, like, with the amount of, like, stalker situations that females, like, if you talk to 5 female streamers, you're going to get 20 stories about stalkers. This is a big problem. So VTubing offers a level of, like, separation for that. And I think it's a good thing. More accessibility too. Yeah. And so there's a lot of components to this that are very positive that people might not really take into consideration. So I don't think that really this is the case. I don't think that VTubing ups the standards for attractiveness for girls, because at the end of the day, I mean, if somebody wants to watch a cartoon, that's a very, very different appeal than watching a real person. It definitely is. Funny thing about that, the most leaked VTubers were extremely attractive. Well, I think that makes sense, right? Is that if you're a pretty girl, like, do you want to know the kind of girls that get harassed the most? The ones that are cute. I feel like water is wet, guys. So yeah, obviously girls that are like that don't want to have anything to do with it. Yeah, wow. Real women are done? Yeah, true.